Good day, everybody. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and I'm out here in the heart of nature. Yeah. To raise the frequency. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Feels so good to be here, yeah, right now, whoa, whoa, right now. Today's message, I'll be diving deep into shadow work, also known as inner work. So, a lot of people think that shadow work means that something bad, whereas we have classed the shadow as something bad, meaning the dark energy, the energy of the hidden aspects of life. We have deemed that as bad. Oftentimes we deem secrets as bad, but secrets are just simply traits within ourselves that we only keep for ourselves, because oftentimes we think that those traits within ourselves is bad or seen in society's eyes as negative. So when Peacekeeper talks about the shadow, that's what I'm referring to. When Peacekeeper talks about shadow work or the darkness, that's what Peacekeeper is referring to. So let's talk about the power that lies within the shadow that a lot of people do not get the experience of because of society's judgment of us. So for example, some of my shadow sides that I'm not so proud of, that I don't talk about as much, are the parts where in my past I was very aggressive. I was very I was very suppressive, where because I suppressed myself a lot, I would have suppressed others, not allow others to share their truth. I would have gotten offended, triggered by others' truth. I would have also gotten angry when it was that I didn't get things my way. So these are some of the negative aspects in my shadow that I had was to face and acknowledge within myself, so that I can understand myself better, to understand my triggers and my reactions when it is that someone brings that up inside myself. So now I understand that within my shadow, if it is that something triggers me or something within me that I find myself in resistance to, I know it's a deeper layer or a deeper spectrum, a hidden part of me that was left undealt with, a part of me that was left in the closet. And life just has this funny way of recreating or sending people into your life to reveal those parts of yourself to you, because you are not self-reflecting or meditating and checking in with yourself to see where it lies. Life creates events that can help you to see those aspects, those sides of yourself, so that you can get to view it and get to move on from it, get to embrace it, and actually get to heal from it and learn the lesson that you needed to learn. So oftentimes we find ourselves in situations that we don't like, and we want to know, why are we in this situation yet again? Why is this cycle happening? This feels like familiar territory. Like, I thought that this would be over with by now. I thought that I would not have had to experience something like this again. But the truth is, life itself, in bringing that experience back to the forefront, is showing you that there is an area within you that you can still work on to cultivate a new version of yourself, so that in this new version, the experience is now greeted with compassion, kindness, and empathy. This new version doesn't greet triggers with aggression or suppression. This new version greets it with welcoming and open arms, losing judgment to the experience. Therefore, creating a new experience. Therefore, creating a new reality. Because now, as you learn, or is now able to demonstrate what it is you have learned, similar experiences, similar scenarios now becomes effortless, because the wisdom that is there within your shadow, which is also known as your subconscious mind. This is why it's doing everything in the background. That's what your shadow is also, the unconscious mind. It brings up to the surface that hidden area, but as you make peace with it, as you recreate it now, as you use the wisdom of it, whether it be it has happened in the past and now it's happening here, and you know it's familiar, you use the tools of what has happened in the past to navigate what is happening now. So you're learning from your subconscious programs or subconscious habits, the shadows, the hidden aspects that you didn't want to view. You're learning from that, because now the universe has orchestrated an event that you have no choice but to view that within yourself. You have no choice but to dive deep within yourself, because this is why similar scenarios happen, to show us the lesson that we need to learn. So I say to you, my friend, the power that comes with being connected, the power that comes with diving deep into your hidden aspects of yourself. Everyone has some type of hidden aspects. Everyone has a side of themselves that only they know, a side of themselves that they think is not good. They think it's not likable. So because of their judgment and fear of that part of themselves, they tend to keep that hidden from other people. Or they also tend to neglect that within themselves and actually not acknowledge it. And as it phases out, well, not phases out, but as they ignore it, it stays there. And in their feel, in their energy, it often pops up unknowing sometimes to us. So this is why it's important not to neglect the hidden aspects or the sides of yourself that you're afraid of, but embrace them, because they are also a part of you. And I'm talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, in accepting those parts of you, it doesn't mean that you would now be accepting the poor behavioral patterns within yourself and not trying to make a change and enhance, but it's just understanding that it's a part of who you are, and being open to be kind to yourself, to heal that part of who you are. And that requires you being patient with yourself. That requires you being relaxed and calm with yourself, not trying to get that side of yourself done and dusted today for tomorrow, but understanding this important factor here, that with doing shadow work, it's an everyday routine. It's an everyday habit that one needs to cultivate. So this is why every day I'm practicing mindfulness meditation. That helps me to be aware of my shadow. That helps me to be aware of the parts of myself that I don't like and that I want to get rid of. But as for now, it's there, so I accept it, and I'm just being kind and patient with myself to get rid of it. I do mindful meditation practices for that. I also do journaling for that, songwriting also. A lot of my songs helps me to dive deep into my subconscious mind and reprogram my subconscious mind, train my shadow and not be trained by my shadow. So it's like my conscious self is observing my shadow self, is observing my subconscious self to see when it is my shadow is coming up, and basically giving me that nudge, like, yeah, I can choose to listen to that with my conscious self. I can choose to listen to that side of myself, or I can choose not to and create new. That's my choice with practicing mindfulness meditation. So mindfulness meditation now has kind of become part of my everyday life, my everyday routine. I don't need to be in nature to mindfully meditate. I don't need to do yoga to mindfully meditate. I'm mindfully meditating right now. I'm mindfully meditating on the go, on the fly. I'm always mindfully meditating. And oftentimes some people may think of this as perfection, but it's not perfection. I'm nowhere close to being perfect. Nowhere close. I'm so imperfect. But that is what makes me perfect, my acknowledgement of that. So it's like, in practicing this, you will be growing emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, every single day of your life in practicing mindfulness meditation. It's that important. Meditation, my friend, is essential. It's an essential part of life. So I say to you, take time to practice mindfulness meditation. A simple way to help you practice mindfulness meditation is to lose judgment of your thoughts and detach yourself from labels. Like, detach yourself from labels. Detach yourself from the labels of fear. Detach yourself from the labels of anxiety. Detach yourself from the labels of society. Detach yourself from the labels of I'm a human being. Detach yourself from the label of the physical world. All of it, those stuff are labels that we created to help us communicate in today's society, to help us navigate life in today's society. So it's essential, it's part of our way of communicating now, but while meditating, that doesn't exist. While meditating, nothing really exists aside from the universal consciousness, just consciousness. That's all that you are in meditation. You are just consciousness, experiencing every single thing in existence. So with that, even your thoughts, you are not your thoughts. You are the one experiencing your thoughts. So this is why you are able to lose judgment of them. This is why you are also able to be at peace with them and not afraid of them. And this is also how you detach from them. So this is how you mindfully meditate. Now, in this being said, some of the feelings that you may feel while mindfully meditating might be a little overwhelming. And this is where the deep breathing and breathwork techniques come into play to help you to stay calm in that experience, to stay calm while diving deep into the realms of the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, which is a lot to take in, especially when it is you are newly awakening, especially when it is you are now starting to uncover the layers and layers and layers of your truest self. And this, my friend, is the most powerful practice that you can adapt to your life, because it will help you to navigate your life. It will help you to deal with life more effortlessly. It will help you to deal with the challenges of life a lot easier. Now, with this being said, I'll close this message off here, but I have one thing to say before I go to end on this message. So someone asked me, hey, Peacekeeper, why don't you come to the US? Why should I have to come to you? And I said this to them subliminally. It's a telepathic message. I don't know if they got it, but I'm going to say it live too on camera. Guys, look at this. I have a river in my backyard. I have beaches close by. I have the birds, the bees, the leaves, and the trees all around me. Why would I possibly pass up the birds, the bees, and the leaves, and the trees to move into a concrete jungle? Why would I pass that up? I love nature way too much. And I know over there has nature spaces too. But how long do you have to drive to that? How much pollution is there in the atmosphere? And based on what Trump is doing over there, I'm kind of good over here. I'm kind of good. Can plant crops in the Caribbean, grow my own food very easily, and I don't have to worry about winter. Like, there's just so much things that I can do here in the Caribbean. And I'll leave that there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this message. I hope you guys was inspired by this. And just a bonus also before I go. Alright, so you guys know that I'm plant-based. I can't say that I'm vegan anymore because I'm dabbling with fish these days, guys. Yeah, I'm eating fish, and I don't think I'm going to stop. It's like I said, one of my previous videos, a while back, that I may do it again, and I'm doing it, but in moderation. So as my life goes on, I'm changing to suit. I'm changing things. That's the pain that I'm absorbing within my body, because that's what's transmuting there when eating fish, especially the mercury. So I know the harm that I'm doing to my body. I know these things, but a little bit of chaos in my body won't kill me. Yeah, well, it kind of going to weaken me a little bit, but I'm not going to die from it. So I've decided to do that in my life, on my journey, and that's that there. But with this being said, I still want to share this part of it with you guys. When it is that I wasn't eating meat totally, things like your perspiration, it doesn't smell like horrendous and stuff like that. So I still don't really use roll-on and stuff like that. And with this being said, the reasons why I don't use roll-on is because your body needs to release it's the perspiration, and roll on traps that perspiration in so that you won't be able to release the toxins from your body, therefore creating an issue within how your body releases and regulates itself. I can dive deeper into this some other time if you guys want me to, though. Hey, comment, dive deep, and I'll continue a message on that topic some other time. So I hope you guys enjoy this message, guys. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I'm out until tomorrow. One love. Peace.